Have you ever sat at a table with a bunch of people and heard a joke that you didn't understand, and all you could do was fake laugh and hope nobody asked why you thought the joke was funny, and then you couldn't answer it because you only laughed out loud so that you wouldn't be caught not knowing why the joke was funny? Well, I'm going to help you to understand jokes by explaining them to you so that you can understand them. We're going to start with the simplest of all jokes, the knock knock joke. The knock knock joke isn't really funny at the beginning or at the end because you know how it's going to end, and it's not going to end funny. That's how you know. It's always something like, knock knock, who's there? Orange. Orange who? Orange, you glad I'm not a fruitcake like that flaming homosexual on Will and Grace? Me too. Next, I'm going to talk about the ethnic joke. The ethnic joke is only funny to people who are not ethnic, like Unitarians and Swiss people. Though I once knew a Swiss who thought it was funny to be black. He wasn't black at all. He was pretty white and got sunburned pretty easily. An ethnic joke poses fun of people because it can get away with it and not get beat up right away. Like, how many Jews does it take to change a light bulb? The answer is about 5 or 6, sometimes more. The Jewish people won't beat you up for that joke, but they get pretty mad and complain to organizations about how people who tell jokes like that are antiseptic, and then everybody gets pissed off at them for not being able to take a joke about themselves and people who look like them. Then there are Jesus jokes, which you also have to be careful about because people believe that he was a sun god and flew up to heaven after they nailed him to the cross, and no one ever explains who took out the nails first so that he could fly at all. So how did he get up there? No one knows. Which is why Jesus jokes can be funny, but you have to know a little bit about prehistoric history and fossils. It helps to know hieroglyphics, which I studied once, but forgot because you don't really use them in everyday life, unless maybe you're a Mexican and you can paint those pottery bowls. Now I'm going to talk about puns, which is a lot of pun. That was a pun. We're going to move now to jokes that use French words, like vagina. How many vaginas does it take to change a light bulb? See, that's silly, because vaginas don't change light bulbs. People do. Then there are potty jokes, which have to do with bionic functions, like deprecating, which everyone does, especially after meals, so we can all relate to those. An example of a potty joke is, how many turds does it take to change a light bulb? Well, see, that's silly, because, well, they don't have thumbs. That's why that potty joke is funny. And then there are also witty jokes, like when someone farts and blames it on another person. There are also Confucius jokes, which helps to say it in a Chinese accent. When you do this, you can't say ours because Chinese people can't say ours because of the way they were born. Confucius say, he who have no bowl for lice have no lesion to eat. That's funny because Confucius probably never said that. He dead. But I don't think he ever said it then either. I never thought microwave jokes were funny, microwave jokes, but some people do. Like, did you hear about the fat lady who put her pool in the microwave? I mean, her poodle. I don't know why that's funny, but some people think the fat lady thing and the poodle in the microwave is funny. You can put lots of things in a microwave and have it be a joke. Anything that will fit will go into a microwave. Then there's slapstick comedy, which you won't hear as a joke at a dinner table because you need props or have to do something funny, like step on a rake and have it whack you on the forehead, which I did once when I was gardening. It hurt. Rakes hurt. I've never been hit by a shovel, but I'll bet they don't hurt like that rake. Then there are the sexist jokes, like the ones of the battle of the sexes against each other. Like, how many lesbians does it take to change a light bulb? Well, they don't because the homos do it faster than them. Husband and wife jokes are in that category too, if both of them are alive. Mother-in-law jokes are beloved among just about everyone except the mothers-in-law. And that's a lot of people when you think about how many families there are in the world and all of them have mother-in-laws. So maybe there aren't so many people who like mother-in-law jokes. Like this one. How many mother-in-laws does it take to change a light bulb? Not my mother-in-law, because I don't have one. But if she did, she'd be too fat to change the light bulb. She'd break the chair. If she stood on it, which she can't because she'd be too fat and short. Jokes from other countries aren't funny because other countries aren't as funny as ours. I once heard a joke from Russia and it wasn't funny at all. It went something like, what got laid first, the chicken or the egg? Russians aren't funny because they're too serious. The Cold War with the Russians was called because those Russians are a cold bunch. I never knew one, but other people have. Polak jokes are the funniest, but don't tell them in front of Polacks because they might lay into you with an iron pipe. And that's not funny when you're on the wrong side of that pipe. How many Polacks does it take to change a light bulb? Well, they don't have light bulbs in Poland, which is why that joke is funny, because Polacks use candles and oil lamps if they can afford them. Maybe if there were more Polacks, we wouldn't have an energy crisis. I don't know if that's always a good idea, but maybe we should think about all that. More Polacks, less energy crisis. Then there are handicap jokes, but so don't say this to people who can't dance, like if they only have one leg or are amputee or have a clubbed foot. Like if you say, what do you get when you put your clubbed foot between two slices of Wonder Bread? A clubbed foot sandwich. That's only funny to people who don't have clubbed feet, which is a lot, so you can use that joke and not feel too bad about it. Then there are chicken crossing the road to get to the other side jokes. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. That's the joke in that category of jokes. There may be other chicken crossing the road to get to the other side jokes, but I haven't heard those yet. So, I hope this little instruction video has helped you to reduce some of your confidence when you don't understand a joke. Rather than pretending to laugh about it, you can refer back to this video and figure out why it's funny. Maybe it's not funny at all, but now you'll know. Is it funny or not? Maybe.